Hey everybody, welcome back. Dev Spider here. So we're gonna go ahead and do a playtest with the Infected's latest update that's coming out on Friday. So this Friday, which let me check the date really fast. All right, so March 31st, like the dev said, and Sifner announced in Discord the new beta update. It's still going to be in beta testing. It's currently still in beta testing. They were kind enough to let me get a jump on it and go ahead and play it a little bit to test it out, see if we have any issues. So that's what we're going to be doing in this quick series in the next 4 or 5 days. Like I said, you've got about 4 days left. It'll come out. Everybody can play the beta then. What you see here may or may not change by then. So it may or may not be there, may or may not be different. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into the game. So we're going to do a new game. We're going to leave everything defaulted so that you can see how the game works out. Right, so let's go ahead and call this, well, let's see, I think I already have a test game. Let's see, 2023 new beta. That'll work for now. We'll start fresh once the final form of the beta is out, and let's hit start game. So normally in my tutorial series I always go through how to do your settings, what to check, what to change. We're not doing that this time, so if you aren't familiar with the game, that's already posted. Just look at any episode 1 or go to my guides channel and it'll be listed there in the guides playlist. Besides that, like I said, when it comes out we'll probably do a full walkthrough, like controls, quick keys. I'm sure I'll mention them here, but I'm not going to put it up on the screen and add text. Okay, here we go. The brand new map right here. You can see everything looks amazing. New graphics. Well, I say new graphics. New building structures. These didn't exist before, so we've got like a lighthouse here and a house here. Here's the brand new ATV. Alright, so it wants us to fix this. So it says hold F as in Foxtrot to view the tutorial and player stats. So your stats already listed on the lower right. Most of us, if you've played before, you're used to that. You know, stay in the shade, stay out of the sun because you'll take sun damage. To repair this, we need 2 iron ingots, 10 screws, 4 tires, and 1 can of gas. So hold F to view. Here it'll tell us what to do. Task list, ATV recovery and repair. Examine the all-terrain vehicle to learn what's required for operation, then search the nearby area for the supplies and parts necessary to repair the vehicle by pressing E. Once the ATV is repaired, press F to bring up the next task. And we'll press F again to get out of that. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab this tire right here. We'll slap that on. We're obviously going to need 3 more of those. Come over so you can see we've got frogs in the game still. That's great. I'm going to press M as in map. Here's the new map. It's really it's got a lot of topography to it. Tons of roads. It's going to be a lot harder to get around. We can zoom in and zoom out like before. We still have the icons over here on the right top. Player location, cave location, cart location, truck, ATV, and land claim. So land claim is one of the new features. Let's go and open up the grill. We can search items now to find things. So we got some seeds from there. We probably don't want to gather too much because we won't have any space until we get a base built. Was that a watermelon? Nope. Okay. Yeah, I'm always looking for vegetables early on. Right, so let's check out what we have inside of here. Here's a can of gas on top of this table right here. Let's see, a broken window. Another tire there. Can of gas right here on the chair. Let's go upstairs and have us a look. There's an iron ingot on top of this table. We can search this by pressing E. This arrow at the bottom, let's take all. So we can take all of this. We don't really want all of that though. We don't really need the bark chips or the plant fiber just yet. So we'll take the Kevlar and the iron fragments. Can we jump out here? That'd be cool. Good place to hide. Alright, so we've got a bed over here. Another little table. We'll take all this, piece of coal and a tin can. Right here's another iron ingot on this bed. Hold shift down to run. Hopefully it doesn't get too blurry. It looks like a lot of the motion blur is not that bad. All right, so we can search these trash bags. Let's take that. It's an iron ingot or an iron block that'll turn into an iron ingot. All right, on this table we have some screws. That's these little small items here. And then right here we have 2 more tires. Let's grab those. We can only carry 1 at a time, so we're going to take 1 each back to the ATV. So I'm going to get these all moved back over here. All right, so you just press E while looking at it to add items to it. We'll go ahead and press E to add everything else that we've found so far. And then we just need 2 more tires and we'll be good to go. Alright, so we've got the last requested item right here, which is the final tire. Let's go ahead and add that. And now we have completed the task, ATV recovery and repair. So here's our new ATV. It's got a little skull in the front of it. Let's grab the stick, it's kind of in the way. Alright, so there we go. Our new ride already comes equipped with an inventory space, so we can open that and store some of this stuff. Let's go ahead and throw it all in there. Free up all of our space. Alright, it's E to get onto the ATV, and then WASD to steer. So W forward, S is back, and then A and D to go left and right. L lets you turn on your lights. Always a nice feature to have. Now, I've only played this for a brief second, so I don't know everything about it. So just stop the ATV, you can press E to get off of it. And we're going to go ahead and search this mailbox. So pretty much look at everything in the game because a lot of stuff's searchable. So we're going to take this because it's an oil can and some nails. We'll need those. I did want to look over here. Like I said, I have not fully explored anything. I don't know anything about the game as far as its current state. But as you can see, we now have huge mountains and cliffs. A nice fog layer to hide the outer banks. All in all, the game just feels and looks completely different. Almost, well, not completely different, but different enough it feels like a really, really interesting game. Tons of stuff to do, lots of exploring to do. Again, like you can see this map. It's pretty massive. It takes a lot to get around. So I think what we're going to do, let's check our tasks. Alright, so task list, no place like home. With your vehicle repaired, it's time to head out and explore the world. First, locate a suitable spot to construct your base. Then craft and place a claim pole to start construction. Use M to display map. Alright, we'll go ahead and display our map again just to make sure that's covered. Let's jump on our ATV and we're going to head out. So we're going to go down the road briefly. And steering on this seems a lot better than the car. Like he must have tweaked it pretty good. Not as sporadic as when he first got the truck. And we'll come down here and we should find another new item. Alright, so right here we have a truck. Press E to search it. We're going to take all on that. Alright, so we're going to head down this road and find us a place to start with our land claim. We want to find a place with some water. That's usually what we're always after. I prefer myself to go towards the center of the map. Like I said, I really haven't played this one, so everything's going to be brand new. I don't know where anything's located. I don't know what, besides these X's and stuff, I don't know what is what on the map, where the best place, safest place is to build. I don't know what's going to happen. So I think what I'm going to do is aim, like I said, for the center. So I think I'm going to build probably like right here by this river because it'll be close to this cave. I have no idea what's in the cave. I haven't looked at it yet, but that's fresh water. And worst case, we can probably cruise up here to this pond or lake or whatever that is, and maybe if we need fish or something, we get them from there. We'll figure it out as we go. It looks like it's already turning to nighttime, so I'm just going to drive that way. I'll stop and pick up vegetables along the way. I already grabbed one pumpkin. Here's another one. It's like always, we're going to need food, so we'll harvest this as we go, and I'll see you guys once we get down to that river. We finally made it down here to where the river, or we can cross over the river right here, where I'm going to just build like a little temporary base until we figure out what's going on and where we actually need to build a good location. The reason I built here, we have, what, 1, 2, 3, we have 5 of these roads that dead end. I did drive down one of these, and there were some buildings at the end of it, and, you know, some of our best friends were there waiting for us. We don't have any tools or weapons yet, so I just turned around and left. So if there's going to be buildings at the end of all these, that's good to know. And we'll be near a cave here, so all this will be in walking distance. I know we do have the vehicle, but gas-wise, if we go to the fuel tank, it took us over half a tank to get all this way, so we've only got 1 tank and a half left. We can't make gas yet. I don't know how hard it's going to be to find. I'm assuming the starting point up there was just a quick intro. Hey, here's some gas, so you can get around the map, find where you want to live. From there, we need to proceed with our tasks. The next thing that we need to do is to place our land claim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just place it right here next to the road so we can find it. Hopefully it won't get destroyed. Alright, so we'll press I as in inventory to open our inventory. From there we can go to build. And I think there's some quick keys. We can check those out later, but for now I'm just going to do it the way that I remember. And let's go down here to others. So I think this is what used to be the sign, but now it's the land claim pole. So we're going to left click on that, and then we can mouse wheel to place it facing certain directions. Looks like this is the front. So I'm going to put the front that way towards the road so we can see it. And then E to place it down. Task completed, no place like home. Next, it opens up the old task list like we used to have. If you hover over each of these items, it'll tell you what you need to do to complete that one specific task. So like right now we need a stone, we need a stick, we need to make a stone axe, and then make a stone blade. So first let's go ahead and interact with this. So we can press E to use the land claim pole, so we can put a name here. So we'll just call this base 1. I'm not sure what the second line is. It's maybe just more text for, so we'll just call it base 1 def spider. Right here it says toggle noise / light levels. So if you do that, you can see at the top we have a noise value 0, light value 0. So I'm assuming that means the vambies are going to interact based on our noise value and our light value. And then we can toggle the visibility radius. From that, I think this giant circle is what we are allowed to build inside of, based off of this one land claim. And so with that, let's grab a stone. So that task is complete. Then we need to find a stick. Go ahead and grab a couple of stones while we're running around. I know we're going to need them. And the struggle is real to find one stick. Oh, that's a frog. I don't need that. And it's nighttime now, so I know it's kind of dark. We'll probably do gathering at night. That's normally how I like to do it, because there's no sun, so we can just cut down trees. Alright, here we go. So we finally have a stick that populated. We'll grab that. That task is now complete. Let's open our menu. Click on the craft icon, the hammer and anvil at the top. You can hold shift and right click. It'll move one item over. We'll go to make the stone blade by using one small stone. Next, we'll move a stick and a small stone. That'll give us the axe, so we'll go ahead and craft one of those. It'll go to hotkey 1. So there's our stone axe on the backpack. Weight does matter in the game for anybody who's new and just checking this out. Let's go ahead and chop our first tree down. So that gives us plant fiber, so that's another task that's done. We now have logs. Let's see, where we want to put the logs. I guess we can just throw them here for now. Alright, next task is to make a stone pickaxe. And there is one more cool feature in this game that I've already seen that was added. And let's see, where are y'all at? Right here. These big bushes. We can now destroy those, and that'll give us a ton of sticks. A lot of quality of life changes, it seems like. Alright, so now that we have sticks and a little bit of plant fiber, let's go to our craft menu. Let me think. It's going to be... We're going to put one blade there. I think it's one stick and like 5 of these. Up to. Alright, so 2 plant fibers, 1 stick, 1 stone blade gives us a stone pickaxe. So I'll craft that. That task is now done. We need to build a saw bench. So for that, we'll go back into here, click on the build icon, the 2 books at the top. Go to placeables, workbenches, and then saw benches right here. Let's go ahead and place... I like to run about 3 of these because we're going to need a lot. It should be fine. We'll just get the tree down that's inside of that. Pick our logs up by pressing E. Now if you stand in it, it turns red. You can't add your materials. We need 4 wood logs there, so let's grab some more. Alright, so task is done. We put a log on top, so that saw bench is now making planks. Remember the different size trees, they'll give you different size or different amounts of logs. So like the small ones give 3, the next size I want to say is 5, and then one after that is 7, if I remember correctly. Unless it's changed. So now we're making planks, and our next task, it wants us to get water. So we're going to go ahead and cover some of these other ones too at the same time. So we need to get water, build a foundation, build a campfire, find carbs, build a forge, do some hunting, make an iron ingot, and technology pages can be found randomly in point of interest buildings. Be prepared, many dangers may be present near POIs. Alright, so we need to build a building. I think we're going to try to build it kind of nestled in these rocks right here, just to give us... I don't know if anything can come across the top of them or not. I don't know how the new vambies are going to act, or if they're patrolling. I really have no idea. I haven't had to fight them just yet. So I think we'll build... Well, we could try to build on top of these. Oh, I forgot we can't jump with logs in our hand. Let's go ahead and throw these back down. And we're getting dizzy because we're thirsty. We'll fix that in just a minute. So our land claim comes all the way up here. We have clay rock up here. See, so we can't just free climb. Alright, so if we get this out, I wonder if we can build off of this. How this would work. Because I haven't tested everything yet. Okay, so we can... I guess we could do that. Maybe build it this way. The only problem with building up here is that's a lot of transport. So we'll do that another time. I don't really want to worry that. We're just going to build like a tent, like I said, a tent base until we figure out where we want to make a main base. See, where's a good spot? It's not very... It doesn't have to be perfectly leveled. And I would like to be able to see it from the road. I like being close to water. So I guess we'll just set it in here for now. See, we'll drop it down a little bit. So hold X and mouse wheel up and down. Level that out. Press E. We'll place that one. I don't like the fact we're inside that mountain, so I like to always go like a 3x3 build. There's plenty of space. I know I said small, but it won't take that long to build this out. Throw those logs there, so come over here, we'll press delete on this one because I don't want it. Grab these because we need more planks. We still need to build that one foundation piece. At this point, we actually need to also make a chest to store everything inside of, because our inventory is going to be getting full and we're going to be gaining a lot of weight. Let's go ahead and put it a temporary chest. We can move it later. So placeable, storage. We'll grab this storage container right here. Need to place that down. And then we need 8 planks for that. We probably don't have the room right... Oh, no, we do have the room. Okay, let's do a little bit of rearranging. Move our sticks and stuff around. And then looking at this, we'll just right click and we'll grab some of these. Need 3 more. Alright, so now we have a storage chest. We can put all this random stuff in here, like plant fiber and our bark chips. Now you can name your chest. We'll go over that later. Like I said, that's always in my tutorial phases. For now, we're just doing a day one quick demo. We want to go ahead and get into everything that we can, test things out. Still need logs on these. We're out of stamina because we're out of water, so let's go ahead and drink some water. So you have two different backpacks for, again, for the new players. This first one is just your standard inventory. Then one next to that is the food pack. So let's go ahead and eat. We'll eat your dry stuff first. So we'll eat the corn, we'll eat this potato. Let's eat these pumpkins, they're going to go bad anyways. Let's eat these cucumbers, they'll give us some stats back. If you hover over it, it tells you what you get. So like this, thirst, carbs, protein, fat, vitamins, and energy. And then we can right click on the canteen and do a drink. And that's going to give us our water back. And once your stats are back up, you'll have stamina again. Always keep your saw benches working when you're first started. Okay, so we just finished building our first foundation. So that's another task down. We still have to do water. It wants us to build a water basin and place it outdoors to accumulate rainwater. So we'll just go ahead and set that down here by the river so we can see it. That's going to be placeables, food. Water basin right here. Again, we'll press E, and then we need to add planks. I need 2 more. Okay, that task is done for water. Next, we need to build a campfire. So fires can be put out by rain, so we're going to want to make sure we add an extra item to building the campfire. So we'll go to food. There's the campfire. We'll set it over here. Next to that, we'll go to construction, others, and then we'll grab the shelter. And we'll place that over our campfire. And we'll go ahead and get one of these started too. We'll go to placeable storage and a stick holder. Or stick stand rather. It will place you right about here. And that way we have a place to start adding all our sticks so we can free up some inventory space. We need to get 4 logs for this. The campfire is going to take 8 firewood and 10 small stone. We can press 2 to get our pickaxe out. And then we can get some stone out of these big rocks. Alright, so we still need firewood. The easiest way to get firewood, we'll just cut down a tree. Take one of the logs, look at it, right click, harvest that. It's going to give us a bunch of sticks and some firewood. Alright, so we'll add our last piece of firewood to this. To go with our stone, we built a campfire. So if you press E, you can interact with your campfire. You've got 4 slots to cook with on here. And you have 1 slot to add water. So right now it's at 0 out of 200 dirty water. Our canteen's currently at 0 out of 60, so if you need water, just come over here to a water source like this river. Look at it, press I, grab your canteen, drag it over, grab your water, run back to the campfire, and add it. This gets easier later in the game. Alright, so we've added 200 pieces of dirty water from there. The next thing to do would be to add fuel. So you can either use firewood, sticks, bark chips, whatever you feel like that's burnable. Alright, so we'll go ahead and add a stack of firewood to this. It's way too much, it'll burn out before then, or it'll burn out before we actually use it all. And then we need 4 wood logs still on this item here. Grab some of these sticks and put them back. Alright, so we now have our shelter is complete. We have this 1 extra log. Let's just sling him over here. And for another task that we need to get done, we have finding carbs. So we need to find more plants. We need to build a forge. Again, the forge is just like any other fire. If we build that, we need to watch out. The rain will put it out. We need to do some hunting, and we need to make an iron ingot. Let me grab another stick. I'm trying to remember exactly what I need. Actually, we're going to need a couple of sticks. Alright, so with that, this isn't one of the tasks, but this is one of the things we're going to need to get done early on. Stone blade. It's not 5 sticks. I want to say it's 3 sticks. So if you hold down Alt and right click, you can do 1 item at a time. We'll add this, and then I think we need 5 of these plant fibers. Alright, that'll give us the stone spear. It's now on inventory slot 3. And then we just need to find one of these frogs that's leaping about. Of course, they disappear as soon as they know I'm hunting for them. Right, here's one right here. Left mouse button, we'll stab him 1 time, then we can harvest him. And then our hunting task is complete. We can come back to our fire now, so it's full of dirty water. And we have 1 raw piece of meat. So we'll click on our backpack here in the top left, grab our lighter, and we will set it on fire. And so you'll watch a white circle go around the meat. Once that circle is complete, the meat is done. Same thing with the water up here. You see it's slowly moving, and then we take our canteen and grab the clean water from that. If you're doing that, make sure you empty your canteen of dirty water before you fill it back up. And from there, we'll go ahead and store everything back in the chest. And so like I said, one of the other tasks that we needed to complete is the game wants us to build a forge. So we can go to placeables, others, and the first one that we can build, and the easiest one, is just a regular stone forge. Again, we'll rearrange all this later. All these placeable items are movable, in case you're not familiar with the game. So it's really, really nice. So this takes stone. So let's grab some more of that off this rock here. Alright, so once your meat's done cooking, we just come over here. We're going to drag it back off the fire. And now we have cooked meat. Take our canteen, drag it over here, and we now have more clean water. We'll go ahead and drink that and fill it back up. If we wanted to, we can dump water on the fire and put it out. I'm not worried about it. It's easy to get. Alright, so let's add our last stone. We now have our ability forges complete. And then we'll go ahead and put some stone on top because we need to make... Well, actually, we can take this back off. We need to make an iron ingot, so to do that, we'll need fuel inside of this fire. We'll just put these sticks in there for now. We might need a little bit more than that. Okay, so we added the firewood to that. Let's grab this one. Store what we need to in our chest to free up some more space. And then let's go back to our storage here. We did find this one iron ore, so we're going to grab that. We'll use that to make our iron ingot. You can smelt stone into iron fragments and then use the iron fragments, 5 of these, to make an iron ingot. We also need to find carbs now, so we need to run around and look for a plant. Any plant will work. Pumpkins, cucumber, whatever you come across first. I'm a big fan of melons. So just run around, look for anything growing. Usually it takes a second. There's a few tips and tricks on that I have on one of my videos. If you need help doing that, I'm not going to go over that right now because we're kind of enjoying the new graphics, the new map itself. And normally I can see stuff really, really quick. Maybe it's this red that's messing me up. But usually there's something growing within eyesight. Okay, here we go. Here's a pumpkin right here. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Right click, harvest. And that's finding carbs. So now we just need to go back to the forge and we'll smelt the iron ingot that we need. So while looking at the forge, just press E. You can shift right click to move your ore or your stone over. We'll go ahead and put a stone up there with the iron ore. Take your lighter, drag it over to the bottom here after you've got fuel in there. Oh, it's raining, so of course I can't add. Can't start a fire right now. I guess we need to put some walls around this. So construction, walls. Let me think, how do we'll do what? Do like one window here. Problem is we're not gonna be able to put a roof on it just yet. You know what? We can build a temporary shelter over the top of this. Okay, it's not the prettiest thing. Like I said, we'll move all this and remake it later. For now, we'll just rush in through this to get through our basic tasks. We're on day 2 at 9 a.m. So we'll light this up. You'll see that this circle is going to start going, and for both the rock and the iron ore. So while that's working, we'll go ahead and make some more planks and lumber so we can finish the rest of the foundations up. Okay, our task completed while we're adding logs to this. So it said make iron ingot. We now have an iron ingot right here. We need to make sure our weight's not too crazy. Hopefully we can hold it. So these weigh a lot. They weigh 2 pounds. The stone weighs 1.75. And the iron fragments weigh a lot too. They're 0.5 each. So while this is cooking, we're going to put 2 more stones up there. And this is going to allow us to craft more advanced stuff later on. Okay, so the only remaining task we have right now is to go find technology pages. So we'll have to go hunt down some POIs and take a look at all of those to get to that point. I just wanted, like I said, give a quick rundown. This is day 1. We can take a look too at some of the other new features that I've noticed while checking everything out. So if we come into here, everybody should be used to this menu. So that's our build menu. It's changed a little bit. So we have the new land claim pole there. And we can look around here and see what else looks new. For the most part, it's all the same building type stuff. Let's go over here to placeables. The next thing we're going to want to build too, if anybody's interested, is going to be the anvil. And that's all under workbenches. So the anvil is going to allow us to make some other stuff that we need to progress into the other items. We also need the workbench itself. So then we'll come down here to storage. It's our typical storage that we are used to. And then we have power, food. Under food, I don't think we have anything new here just yet. Take a glance at furniture. So far, it all looks the same. Then here, things get a little bit more interesting. We have the NPC buildings. So we have an NPC storage container, the NPC house, and the town hall. Then under others, this is where you get to some of your other buildings. Right here, the one thing to make note of is going to be the barn. Enclosure for holding livestock. Can only build 1 in the world. Must be built on foundations 4x4. It's going to take 100 planks, 150 nails, and 10 iron ingots. So that's going to be quite expensive. It's going to be a while before we get there because those nails are not going to be cheap. The iron ingots aren't that bad. If we find enough while looting, it'll be pretty good. So here's the signpost. So we still do have a sign. That's nice. See, we have the clay extractor and mineral extractor still. Greenhouse, we're definitely going to get one of these built relatively quick. And we still have the garage for the truck. So it's still out here somewhere. We'll have to go find that. Besides that, I think everything's looking pretty much about the same. Let's read these descriptions really quick. I think this is still just for Mike. And all this stuff has to be built on foundations, if anybody was wondering. And these are going to take a while to build because of the cost of the clay. This is the same reason I went and just put this up instead of building a roof and walls, because gathering clay takes some time early on. So from here to complete our day 1 task list that I've been trying to cover, it's currently day 2, 11:25 a.m., March of spring. So we do have to get a lot done. All we have left to do is the technology pages. So we're going to need the weapon probably better than the spear. So let's see if we can make one. And it's also part of the new features. So if you come up here and you go to your technologies, which are the cogwheels, it's now a book that you can scroll through by clicking this little arrow. And it'll tell you what technologies you have or have not found yet. This one's just the same old plain armor for the player. And then here we have the weapons. So if you need to know the recipes, you just come in here, hover over the photo, and it'll tell you what it costs, like 1 stick, 1 iron ingot to make the upgrade tool. So what we want to make technically right now is probably the archer bow, which is 1 stick and 3 rope, but we don't have any rope. So if we don't know how to make rope, we can then scroll over to the other item menus. This tells us all of our food recipes, which, as you can see, there's probably a few new items in here. I don't want to cover everything for everybody, so you can kind of discover stuff on your own. Like, this is new, so... and I like to just go over it once we get to that point. So I'm just slowly checking through here, scrolling through everything to see what we have. So far, it's all the basic stuff we're used to here. One of the items you're going to make early on, too, is going to be the hat. It's going to help you a lot if you're gathering during the daytime or just running around. Let's see, we've got antibiotic here. So next we have... Where are you at, Rope? I know you're in here somewhere. Okay, so under other here, another one of the new items is going to be fish bait. We can make tires. Oh, no, okay, we can't make tires. It's just where it's located. But we can make fish bait. We get the repair kit. So everything's a little bit different. You got to do a little bit of looking around to find your items, which is nice. Definitely looks a lot better. Now here's our rope. It's going to take 2 plant fiber, but it can only be made on the workbench. So obviously we're going to loot to do that. So I don't know that we can actually make a better weapon now. The bone spear is probably the closest thing that we can make that would really make life easy on us. We don't have an anvil yet, so we can't make the katana. Bone spear, need 1 bone shard, 3 sticks. So if we have a bone, we can maybe go ahead and make that. Okay, so since we have some of these extra planks and I don't have anywhere to store them just yet, and I feel like building a storage for them, we're going to come into our placeables, others, and go ahead and lay down the log cart. It's going to come in handy later in life. Put 2 planks on there. It needs 10 nails and 3 wood logs. Like I said, the nails are going to take a minute because we need to build an anvil, which normally I'd sit here and I'd smack one of those out really quick. It doesn't take that long making all these fragments. Instead, though, we're going to head down the road. Since we can't make a bow or anything, we're going to go check out some of these POIs really quick. Hopefully, I have 2 spears made, so... Hopefully that's going to be enough to get us by, except that our energy, we don't have enough energy to really go explore right now. If we eat one of these MREs, will I have enough energy then? Let's eat some of this food. Okay, this gives us 25 energy. That should be enough to get us by for now, so we'll go ahead and eat that. I usually like to save those for winter, though. Drink our water, top that off. Let's do a quick save. I don't have autosave enabled on my game. You can enable that in the settings if you want to. I don't like using it. All right, so from here, the closest place, we'll backtrack, and we'll try out one of these paths and see what we find. Actually, while we're right here, let's do this first, too. I want to check out these. I want to see the cave and see if it looks any different. Alright, so here's the new, or I say new, I guess it's new, the new cave entrance. It looks a lot, I don't know, a lot more detailed than they used to look. And then as you can see the mountains around us and stuff, obviously our build circle. Now let's come in here, we'll just take a quick look. I'm not sure about scorpions, and I know we don't want to get bit by anything, so we'll just look around for a second. Yeah, it looks like, what do we got? Yeah, it looks like, is that a copper rock or something? I know, it's dark, it's hard to see. I'm going to get out here before something bites me, though. But yeah, it looks like our usual rocks that are in the other ones. That could be a coal rock. Maybe it just looks a little different, but it kind of looked like it was a different color. Right, so let's go back down here, grab our ATV, and let's go check out one of these side roads and see what we can find. Okay, so we're going to find one of the new little POIs right now, and it looks like we just had a couple of enemies drop in front of us. Just going to get a spear out. So I haven't fought these guys yet. I don't know their aggro ranges. I don't know how hard they're going to be to handle. But that guy has a weapon and armor. Oh, that guy, did he just shoot magic? Oh yeah, that guy, so we got one shooting magic at us. It does 5 damage. I don't know if we can beat these guys. There's the new werewolf guy. And a new vampire guy. He's tearing us apart. Our spear broke, so we can go ahead and harvest the bodies. That guy gave us a piece of aluminum, and he gave us a piece of aluminum. Sweet. Go ahead and put that on our cart. I don't see... Okay, we're taking sun damage. Let's get out the sun. And get my next spear out. Alright, so we're going to try to get in here and check these houses out. They should provide shade on the inside. Where did that one guy go? I'd like to finish him off. We're at 60 hit points, so we need to be careful. Right, so here's a piece of rope and some screws in this car. It looks like the loot's mostly going to be the same. Look at the dev. He took the doors off, so we can't... Used to, you could walk through the doors and you could shut them and they couldn't come in and get you. Okay, so we can loot from these crates, or these... random boxes laying around. We can loot these bookshelves. Man, I feel like it's going to be much harder to find blueprints unless they're inside of something. Oh yeah, so if you use right mouse button, in case somebody's familiar with it, you can get your shield out to block things. Some high quality loot here, so definitely still a good way to get your base started. Okay, trash bags. Okay, that's some good stuff in there. So seeds and cooked food inside of these, inside the kitchen. Eggs and everything else. So yeah, the villages are definitely worth looting as long as you're willing to fight for it. And we can search the sink. There's a first aid kit. We definitely want to take that back with us. Let me see, plus 100 health. And we'll come back for that in a second. Let's go ahead and load our cart back up on our ATV. I'm not going to go over all the buildings. If we find a blueprint, we'll go over that. I'd assume there's going to be one here because there's a lot of stuff here. Now, another cool thing, we can search these med kits. Now, this is potato paste. It'll help with the sun. I'll go ahead and use that. There we go. Get some sun back because I don't feel like carrying that all the way back. And, of course, rope. Let's see, we'll put the plastic up for now. Okay, so this house still has a door on it. That's that's interesting. Now, we were completely out of inventory space, so we're going to have to be a bit more frugal. Oh, okay, the bathrooms are different. That's nice. This house is actually updated. So we're going through this house here. We've cleared everything so far, and now we have a bookshelf here that you can search the bookshelf. But if you see the glowing page right here, this is the tech page, so we're going to pick that up. So, task completed, technology pages. And we found the oil pump blueprint. Not my favorite to first find, but hey, we'll make it work. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of this and swap that out for the fuel. So that'll be updated in our book. And now our task list, if you hold down F as in Foxtrot, is gone. That's all the tutorial that you get. That's all the basic training. So as you can see, he changed the shape of that. And like I said, you can loot all the kitchen cabinets. It's super awesome. There's tons of food in here. Lots of cooked food, so you can just fill up on everything. So it makes coming to the towns worth it. You can see we've got lots of iron. We've got probably enough stuff here to really get the base started and up and running really, really well. But I'm going to call the episode there after finding that one tech page. I guess I need to run through the rest of these buildings because we've only been through the first two, just to make sure there's not another one here. And I'm not sure how we'll mark this on the map. Maybe I'll take a screenshot of it and just do it, save it on my desktop, and I'll just look at that. We could probably do like we normally do and just set a blueprint here. Oh, we can't. Oh, yeah, that's right. We can't build on roads, can we? Oh no, you gotta have a land claim. Oh, I see what he did now. I see what he's up to. He shut us down so we can't mark everything. All right, so yeah, I'll just take a screenshot and I'll mark what building I found it in. So if you come on my map, I don't know if it'll be located in the same spot or not. Usually it's randomized. So you start down here, at least on my map you do. And then right here is where I found that one blueprint, and it's on the house on the right when you first enter this little village. Now there was another guy in here. I don't know where he went. We're going to call it there, guys. As always, be sure to like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this content. Leave any questions and comments below. I'll help you with anything I can if I know how to do it. And we're going to keep exploring and checking out this new update. Well, a quick change. I'm still in the same village in one of the back houses now. And right here on the kitchen counter is another tech page. Let's go and grab that. And we get the power blueprint off of this one. So apparently we can find 2 blueprints in these little POIs. So I don't know if that's going to be common or how that's going to work. We'll figure it out as we go. But I just want to let you know there could be more than 1 per village. There used to be 2 per village. So maybe that's how that's still working. Sorry, I'm trying to watch my food right now because we're at 49.5, or my weight rather. Because we're at 49.5 pounds because there's so much stuff to loot. Tons and tons of good items. But there's only one building left here. I'm not sure if we can actually go inside of it or not. And that's going to be this garage back here. House or whatever it is. Yeah, it's garage. So we can come into here. Don't want to pick anything up because we don't have any weight. Oh, so much iron and stuff. I will definitely have to come back and grab some more of this. Looks like we can really expand the base really, really quickly just by looting all these villages. There were 2 more guys back here, and here's another one. Put our shield up and try to block his damage. We only have 38 hit points left. Hey, what? Oh, our spear broke, so we need to get out of here, actually. I don't have any weapons left, so run away.